to episode 64 of All the Books Show, the official podcast of the David A. Hale Public Library.
I feel like I have to tell them this is a restart.
All right, this is a restart.
Yeah, we had a low wattage.
Apparently, I had
opening.
a whiny.
Yeah, it wasn't working for us, so we're back in again,
Yeah.
and we're jollier now.
Yeah,
Don't
sure
you
am.
Feel it? I feel.
Boy,
it.
am I glad to be recording episode 64.
I know, that's great.
Yeah.
Eric just got back from a special conference, the NYLA conference in Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
He and Katura Capadonia, our special collections librarian, won scholarships to go.
Yeah.
So you just lived the life of luxury for a
We
couple
won
of
them in
days.
kind of a Beyond Thunderdome.
Really?
Fight. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was an essay.
No.
It was
the
a
essay
fight.
was to get into the Thunderdome.
Into the fight. Okay.
So yeah, they put you on bungee cords and
Wow.
you're given a weapon and there's
Okay.
weapons strewn about, so you're just bunging around trying to kill the other people.
And you guys won.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're wiry. I'll say that for
Yeah.
you. You never
yeah.
know.
Well,
You
I know how to
never
use a bungee cord when holding a battle axe.
Oh, okay.
That's the other thing. Some people knew how to use
Yeah.
a bungee cord. Some people knew how to use a battle axe.
And you knew both.
Yeah. So
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
the trick is for them to doubt themselves.
I want to hear a little bit about this conference, but before we do that, I'm going to tell our listeners what we're going to be talking about today.
No, surprise.
Surprise?
No, I'm kidding. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Quite often we get suggestions for
Hey,
what
where are
people...
your pins? You were supposed to wear them when we do this.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're in my bag still.
Now it's fine.
All right.
Why do I get you any
Eric
swag?
brought me special pins from Nyla, but we're getting ahead of ourselves because I want to let people know that we're doing a listener suggestion today. We often get suggestions about shows that people want to do, what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And
we
so,
often say, "No way, Jose."
well, some of them are hard. Some of them are very hard, and we think, boy, we're going to have to research that for a while.
I don't think
but
we
this
ever
one,
say "No way, Jose."
No, we don't. Facebook user Greg, regular listener to All the Book Show, suggested we do a Veterans Day themed podcast, and we both love the idea. So we're going to be talking a little bit about fiction, nonfiction. We're going to delve into movies and everything dealing with military.
You're about to
themes,
find
so.
out what happens when you suggest a topic Nick and I don't have a lot of experience with.
So we're going to talk about that a little later. But right now, tell me a little bit about the NYLA conference. How did it go?
It went fine. It
Okay.
went great.
All
Sorry,
right.
I said fine. That's the whiny Eric from the previous start of the show.
New York Library Association conference. It's
Yeah.
an annual thing.
Yeah.
This year was in Saratoga
I had a
Springs.
pretty sick hotel
Nice.
set up. 2 beds all to myself, plus a pull-out
Wow,
couch.
that is good.
So,
And
kinda-
you learned job-related skills and things.
Yes,
as well.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
all right.
true. Yeah, I sure did.
You're good.
We
It sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I went to a conference on video games and libraries.
Oh.
So,
We've
as
been
the
trying to get
director
that.
of the...
We've been trying to get that rolling.
Yeah,
so
man. We just need the cash.
I know.
We need the cold, hard cash.
You're telling me.
So, but that was definitely one that I went into, and afterwards I'm like, we got to do this. We got to do everything. We got to run video game programs. We got to get video games in our collection.
Yeah.
Just crazy. However,
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
all 3 of the people talking at this lecture
Yeah.
kept saying Mario,
Like instead of
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my gosh.
So let's play Mario Kart.
No. I
Let's
can't.
play Mario Tennis.
I know that you're just
hey
repeating what they're
Luigi,
saying.
where's Mario?
You're making me furious by saying that. So
Dr.
you need
Mario.
you need to stop right now.
It was the worst. All of them.
But the talk itself was
yeah,
good.
the talk of.
Well,
but
that's
every
good.
time they talked about Mario,
Yeah.
I just wanted to
That's bothered
stand
me
up.
since Mario came on the scene.
I know, it's crazy.
So yeah, that's
So-
annoying. Did you see a lot of fellow STLS library folks around?
Yes, I don't recognize a lot of them by sight because
You know the names.
Yes,
from
because
the emails and stuff.
we're like way out on the rim of
That's true.
the STLS
yeah, the
world.
Badlands. We're in the
Yeah. We're Tatooine.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Okay.
or whatever places they went to in Firefly.
But you guys had at least one get together, right?
We did, yeah. It was fun. We played darts and watched a really boring game of football. But that wasn't anybody's
You're
fault.
gonna have to be more specific.
Oh,
right?
it was the Buccaneers versus
Oh,
the
okay.
Falcons
All right.
on Thursday night.
All right, I believe you that's
So hard to top watching Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah.
So I don't like baseball. I could care less about the Cubs or the Indians, and yet I was in that game.
Okay.
I watched
good for you.
4 innings,
So all
which
in all,
feel like an eternity in baseball. I
all
should
in all
say.
a good experience.
Yeah,
Worth
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Did you find when I go to these conferences?
I went to one about teens running libraries. I went to one about the idea of the emerging adult genre in books, which is the readers who are out of high school but not married yet. People who want to read books about like college life or they're getting your first roommate, getting your first job, all that
Okay.
kind of stuff. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's still stuff that they would say you shelve in your adult section of your books, but it's targeted to a different audience.
Okay.
So it's looks like the books they were talking about, they're mostly romance right now.
Okay.
Mostly targeted to girls.
Well, I think we catch some of that crowd with some of our graphic novels too.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
some of the ones, maybe not all the superhero ones, some of the ones that are
No, Giant Days is definitely
Yeah.
in that category. So, as is Lucky Penny. I can't remember who
Oh.
wrote Lucky Penny, but we have that in our collection.
I don't think I've read Lucky
It's
Penny.
hilarious.
Okay. It always looks like Scott Pilgrim to me.
Yeah, it does.
But I find that when I go to these conferences, I usually the stuff that I bring home and like try to do are things that come up just like other people are asking questions or like we're just sort of talking in the lobby or something. I find that almost more valuable than sitting through the seminars, just because there's so many good ideas rolling around. So
That's true.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. And you, how did the car ride go? Did you guys fight over music? Or?
No, we stuck to the 90s tunes. Yeah,
You found
Had a
common
lot,
ground with the 90s.
A lot of common ground in the 90s.
I can't believe Katura likes
However-
Glenn Folds and we never talked about it. Okay.
I found out our friend
Katura. Yeah.
Katura doesn't
Yeah.
like Boy Meets World. I almost jumped out of the car
Okay.
at that point. So
Yeah.
no affection for Mr. Feeney.
Huh.
Finds Corey and Sean annoying.
Yeah.
So she's
I liked Boy Meets World.
She's
I
a
feel like I was just like
Saved
on
by the Bell fan.
Well, me too.
So
yeah.
I don't
feel
see
like
why
I'm-
you have to be either or.
I know.
But
I think with Boy Meets World, I'm just on the cusp. Like I'm just a hair too old.
no, you're crazy, man.
You know, to really. Oh, okay. Well, all right.
It's great stuff.
Well, cool. I'm glad you had fun.
It was cool.
Did you get a lot of reading done while you were there?
No,
Well,
no.
that's going to be a really exciting
I did
bookmark segment.
I did get a lot of guitar practice in.
Well, that counts.
Every lecture had an hour between it, and it was a 3-minute walk to the hotel. So I lectured, and I'd go back to the hotel, practice guitar for a little bit, go back.
If you were single, you would have cleaned up, right?
Right? Sure,
All sorts
yeah.
of library girls.
Yeah, I would have just hung out with
Yeah, just in the lobby.
with my lobby practicing
They
my
would've
electric guitar. I'm
loved
like,
you.
this is a C chord.
Yeah.
This is a D chord.
Sorry,
hey
girls.
ladies,
He's
D
taken.
minor.
He's
yeah,
taken.
sure.
Can't have him.
You're gonna have to find somebody else who knows the basic open chords of an electric guitar.
All right. So, what have you been reading? Moving on to our bookmark segment.
Well, because I was on that trip, I didn't read anything.
Okay.
But I did start yesterday
That
reading
counts.
The Man in the High Castle by
We've talked about this, haven't we?
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know who
Philip
wrote
K.
it.
Dick.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound right? I feel like I just screwed up his name.
That sounds right. I mean, Philip K. Dick is a person.
Yeah.
right.
This is driving me crazy. Yes, Philip K. Dick. Jeez,
Okay.
of course it is.
All right,
Man in the High Castle. I started reading it because I want to watch the Amazon show.
Oh,
That's
okay.
on.
And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
adapting. It's on right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
the second season just started.
Oh, okay. So you're a little
So-
behind the times then.
Well, I mean, the book came out in
Yeah, still.
the 70s.
Pretty
It's a
sloppy.
Hugo winner too, so it checks a few boxes for me.
Yeah.
So
I guess so. Well, that's cool. Anything else? Anything else on your horizon?
I bought the Bruce Springsteen Born to Run
Oh.
autobiography.
Now, you're a much bigger Bruce Springsteen fan than I, but even I sort of want to read that book.
Yeah, that's true. I am.
Yeah.
I knew.
And
Yeah, it's true. You do.
No one's denying.
Yeah, I was just making sure everybody knew that
Yeah.
Nick wasn't.
I like
Lying.
I like the album Magic.
Yeah,
I like The Rising.
yeah. Those are
Those
two
are
of my
the only
favorite
ones that I really know, and then I
yeah.
know like hits.
Yeah,
But those are two.
The Wrecking
albums
Ball's
that I
great.
know. That's Miley Cyrus. You're thinking of that
No, there's a Springsteen album called Wrecking Ball. It's great.
All right. So
yeah, so I don't have enough to say about Man in the High Castle yet.
All right.
To
Well,
share
we'll check.
anything.
Well, you know what? We
But
should
for
do
people who
another show
don't know,
next week.
Man in the High Castle
Yeah.
is about it's an alternate history where the Axis.
Oh, yes.
Axis
Okay.
won
Yeah.
won World War II. So
I know what you
America is co-run by Imperial Japan and Nazi Germany.
Huh.
So
Let me know if it's good. That sounds interesting.
yeah, I've heard the book is kind of dry, and the show kind of livens it up a bit.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Because I liked Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep more than
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
I like a lot of things more than I like Blade Runner.
Sure. Blade Runner 2049. You excited for that?
No. Is anyone? I guess someone must.
Harrison Ford might be.
I
No,
don't
he
think
doesn't
he is,
know.
no.
Ryan Gosling is. Jared Leto
Really?
is.
Yeah, Jared Leto, I believe.
Yeah, he can't wait.
excited.
He can't wait to be cut out of it.
Yeah. No. I know.
Oh, and I saw Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I saw Doctor Strange too.
No, I saw it.
But I saw it as well. Just
Okay.
in a different place.
And a different
time.
format.
Did you see it in Saratoga Springs?
I did.
You saw it in Saratoga Springs and
And
here. That's twice.
Yeah.
Twice in opening weekend. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Is that because you loved it so much?
Yeah, but also I had to see it with my wife
Right.
and my friends.
Yes,
So
I
I
know.
saw it in the first night I saw it. We went to a 10 o'clock show, and it wasn't a 10 o'clock. We had to go to an 11 o'clock.
I see.
But it was an IMAX 3D.
Wow.
It's the first time in a long time that I felt like IMAX 3D was the way to go for this. So
I haven't seen a movie in IMAX 3D since Superman
Avatar?
Returns.
Oh,
And it wasn't even, the whole thing wasn't IMAX
Yeah,
3D.
sure.
It wasn't 3D. It was like, there was a little
Right.
thing. It was like, put on your glasses
I saw
now.
The Dark Knight
Goofy.
in IMAX, but not 3D.
Can't imagine. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to say 3D. I can't
Yeah,
really
sure.
imagine it doing much.
Boy, these political maneuvers are sure great in 3D.
Every time bats show up.
Yeah.
I finished a couple of graphic novels. Droids and Ewoks I liked. Star Trek Mirror
Now
Image,
who's low energy?
I read.
Pick it up, man. You read Droids and Ewoks.
Still you.
Oh.
I read Goong 16 by Sohee Park. I'm telling you got to get these for the collection. I
All
think
right.
they'd be really popular.
I'll just wait till I have $1 million, and then I'll get everything Nick wants.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. I mean, if you had $1 million, why wouldn't you get everything?
If I had $1 million, I wouldn't be working here.
Oh.
I'd be out in the sea.
What if it was $1 million to spend here and you had to
Only
keep
at the library?
you had to
Then
keep
yeah,
your
I'd
job?
still be working here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, sure.
All right.
Wait, can I make that $1 million my paycheck?
Here, this is a sad state of affairs. John Grisham's The Whistler,
Yeah, I saw your
or
review,
like
man.
The Whiffer. It totally.
Okay.
It was not good.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Okay.
I read the little ebook, like prequel short
Yeah.
story. That was fine.
Yeah.
And the Whistler just it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the most interesting part of it, this case that was detailed in this little prequel, you just never really get a resolution for it, and that's the most interesting aspect of it. It kind of shifts gears midway through, and suddenly you're like, oh, I guess this character is the main character, and we care about her life. But I don't know.
I wish. I mean, honestly, probably the most interesting part of that was last week's episode where you talking about Whistler just kept reminding me of Blade.
Oh, yeah.
So I probably had more fun thinking about Blade because of that
Blade.
book than
Then-
you did
yeah.
reading that book.
But here's what concerns me. I also hated Rogue Lawyer, which was his last book.
And you hated Racketeer.
Yeah, Racketeer's a little older, though.
Yeah, it was like early 90s, but they weren't
You
making
know,
good superhero films back
Again,
then.
please don't go down this road again.
Okay.
Racketeer with an A by John Grisham.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I hated that. I also hated
Right.
The Litigators. So now that's 4
Yeah.
Grisham books. So I'm nervous,
Good
man.
thing we did a John Grisham spotlight
I know.
before you learned to hate him.
But I love so much of it. I love The Testament. I
Yeah.
love The Time to Kill, Sycamore Row.
Yeah.
I mean, so many good things, but
Maybe he'll
this is
redeem
2 in a row.
Maybe he'll redeem himself with Disney's Racketeer 2.
No. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come out as a screenwriter.
Yeah.
He's written screenplays before.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure.
Maybe Disney will be as confused as you will and be like, well, you wrote the book. Bring him onto the screenplay.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fall for it.
I don't know. Fall for what?
Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. If you disagree with me about John Grisham's The Whistler, I would really love to hear it.
Yeah.
And I want to know what I was missing.
And which of the
because
three-
I was excited about reading this. It wasn't even like I was going in with an attitude. I
Yeah.
was excited.
Yeah.
You know, I was primed to like it, and I
Yeah.
just couldn't. Ugh.
And listeners,
Very sad.
I want to know which of the three of your favorite. Was it the Rocketeer, the Shadow, or the Phantom? 390s pulp.
It's got to be the
comic book
Rocketeer.
movie. It's
right?
probably some people might prefer the Shadow.
Really?
Maybe.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the Phantom.
I haven't seen The Phantom. Anything with Billy Zane, how could it be bad?
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Okay.
Currently, I'm.
Would you count Zorro on that list? Zorro came back in the 90s, but he came back with like a great movie.
Yeah. Both
So-
of those movies are good.
I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, really? I haven't seen them in
I
forever.
only saw the Mask of
but
Zorro,
I did
but
love those movies.
Mask of Zorro was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Antonio Banderas, Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Keep
good.
going.
Good stuff. That's all I got.
That's the primary cast.
Okay,
sure.
yeah. So currently I've moved on to I've Got You Under My Skin by Mary Higgins Clark.
Okay.
So this
Actually, that's by Frank Sinatra.
No,
Oh.
you're thinking of the song.
Uh-huh.
They just borrowed the title from that song.
Okay.
Not related. Actually, it's not a good title. It doesn't make any sense with the
Okay.
story. So that's fine. But it's good. This is the one that
You always talk about the least interesting things that I'm reminded of. Like, it'd be much more fun if you were talking about the Frank Sinatra song, I think.
so rude.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's right. This is the thing that spun off the Under Suspicion series, like Cinderella Murders and everything. It started in this standalone Mary Higgins Clark book, and then she and Alifair Burke teamed up to make it a series at the request of her publisher. So I've read the Under Suspicion books with Alifair Burke, Cinderella Murders and All Dressed in White. Enjoyed those. I'm enjoying this one too. It does feel a little different. It's just solo Mary Higgins Clark, but I think I'm going to put this on the book club schedule for next year. So if you haven't read it and would like to read it, just
Okay.
hold off until early next year when we'll all read it together.
All right.
And then I'm reading Patchwork Planet.
Ooh, yeah.
by Ann Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
This is our contemporary classic pick, and it's really good.
Nice.
I've only read one other Ann Tyler. It was The Beginner's Goodbye, and I really, really hated it. Like
Yeah.
I just thought it was dumb and slow and boring.
Yeah.
So I kind of was thinking I was not going to like this, but it had me right from the beginning. It starts strong. I'm more than halfway through, and I'm just really enjoying it. So
I want to read a story about you being haunted by all the books you've hated. Like
Oh,
they
boy.
Just, like they just keep ending up on your bookshelves, and you're like, wait, I
No
thought I
way.
got rid of this.
No.
They keep ending up in your car. Every time you
was
turn your
so
radio
awful.
on, it's an audiobook of a book you've hated.
no,
I don't know what to call it.
I don't like that story at all.
The man who hated too many books, I guess.
guess, yeah.
And then at the end, you're buried with them.
I'm like stuck in some parallel world where the only thing I have
Yeah.
is these books that I hate.
But there was time.
And then Burgess Meredith punches me in the face and breaks my glasses.
Sure. Yeah. Also, hey,
Yeah.
to reverse a little bit, Martin Campbell directed Mask of Zorro. he directed Casino Royale and GoldenEye.
Hey,
So
what do you know? He knows what he's doing.
yeah, except when he's directing Green
Good
Lantern.
for you, man. Yeah, except, well, yeah.
It's probably not his fault.
No.
He's probably like, good Lord, what have I
No.
signed on for? I think he's British, but I'm not
boy.
sure what that was.
I'm just going back and looking at some of my 1-star reviews. A lot of bad stuff I
Yeah.
have to reread.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to go on your Goodreads and find all
Oh,
the 1
no.
stars. Yeah.
Don't make me read Jonathan Franzen's The Corrections
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of bad stuff.
And
Karen
nobody's
Slaughter's
fool was there
gross.
on the kitchen
Oh, hey,
table.
one of my least favorite books is going to come up later in our main segment, so we can
Great.
talk about that then.
Cool.
Anyway, that's it for me. Got a lot. I have a list. I have a Jack Kennedy book I want to read. I've got
What about Jackie Kennedy?
Jackety.
Jackie
Kennedy.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, Jackie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Widow. Yep.
Are you going to read her book?
No, probably not.
No.
No.
She's still around?
Long dead. Yep.
Okay.
Only Carolyn's left.
Oh, okay.
Carolyn Kennedy.
Who is she married to?
She's
or
their
related
son. Daughter. She's their daughter.
to? Wow. Sorry, Kennedy.
Kennedy family is cursed.
Sure
I
is.
mean, Jackie O had cancer.
Yeah.
John Jr. died in a weird plane crash.
Yeah.
A lot of nutty stuff.
What about
JFK,
Bobby Kennedy?
I don't know if you heard, but was assassinated.
Not according to 11/22/63.
No, he still was assassinated even in that.
Gasp.
Yeah. Yep. Spoiler alert. That's it for me. So let's talk book news, buddy. What do you got coming out?
No.
Huh?
No.
You just don't want to?
Okay. We were talking about book news.
Well, while you're stalling, we can mention that the Goodreads Awards are currently
the
underway.
Goodreads Awards are coming.
So last year when they were announced, we did a whole podcast on the winners. The winners
Yeah.
are not out yet.
No.
Round 1 is over.
Winners
Probably
of what? January?
I think
when
so.
we did that?
I think so. Semifinals
Oof.
will begin November 8th. So they have all sorts of categories. Vote
Mm-hmm.
on your favorite. The final round will come in, close a little after Thanksgiving, and then we'll have our winners. So we'll cover
Yeah.
them then. But now is your chance to vote. All you have to do
you've-
is use Goodreads.
If you've forgotten, basically all of our January and February podcasts were talking about award winners because that's all when it came out.
That's
so
the time.
We had
That's
a lot.
The time. I guess we should mention too that Goodreads is a social media platform for
Yeah. I
tracking
feel like
your
if you're
books and
listening
being
to
friends.
a book podcast sponsored by a library,
Yeah.
you might know what Goodreads is.
might.
But in case you don't, if you've stumbled upon this
You
podcast,
set that up like one of Jeff Foxworthy's redneck jokes.
Sure.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, now do you want to talk
If
about
you
book
listen
news?
to a podcast about books sponsored by a library,
Yeah.
you might be an intellectual.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
that's good.
Was that? I mean, I couldn't think of anything.
It wasn't funny or a joke, but I mean, you formatted it correctly. So,
Okay. All
you
right.
know, points there.
All right. Sure.
All right, tell me what we got.
All right.
I'm excited. I want to read something. I got to get the taste of the Whistler out of my mouth.
Okay.
So, tell me what's coming out right now.
All right. These are the books that are coming out November 7th. No, wait. Today's November 8th. These are the books that are coming out November 8th.
All right.
Some of
Election
Nick's-
day.
That's true.
Hey, remember, folks, vote.
Yeah.
This has been a public service announcement.
Sure has.
All right.
What if they listen to this tonight though? They're like, shoot.
They'd
I
be like,
would've
it was
if I-"
yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. So some of Nick's favorite authors are on this week's.
I'd be really excited if you were serious.
No, I am.
I can,
Okay.
I can see your face. So
No,
I, know
I
that
am.
you're-
All
I know
right.
that you're lying.
I know Nick is excited for this. It's called Cat Got Your Diamonds, a Kitty Couture mystery by Julie Chase. It's one of those cat murder books. It's the pictures cats. They're all playing with yarn, but guess what? I think the window's broken. There's been murder.
One of them's got your diamonds.
Yeah. Witty and whimsical Cat Got Your Diamonds, the first in the new cozy series by Julie Chase.
Wait, first in a series?
Yeah.
I'm
will
in.
be the Cat's Meow for fans of Rita Mae Brown and Miranda James.
Sure. Lillian Jackson Braun probably too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yarn. Oh, there's a beagle on
Oh.
the cover too. A beagle
Hey,
and a cat.
Don't you have a beagle?
I just got a beagle. I was about to say new beagle,
He's still with
but
us?
he's not new. He's 10 years old. I
is.
adopted a 10-year-old rescue beagle.
Yeah.
And no, he's very spry. He's
Yeah, he
spry
is.
and alive. He's with it, man. He's living every day like it's his first.
He's always trying to talk to me about President Hoover.
Yeah,
And I
that's
just
that's
go
rough.
along
Yeah.
with it. I don't.
Yeah.
don't
I told
try
him
to
I
correct
had to pick my seating, that it's assigned seating at the movie theater,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Well, I don't see why you can't just pick your own seat." Because it's old. I'm sorry. Actually, I heard some old ladies say that when I saw Doctor Strange.
okay.
Because they were like, "Why can't you just?"
Oh
pick
right, now it's assigned seating.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to pick your seat at the ticket.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's assigned seating.
Okay.
At first, I was complaining, but then as I heard those two older women complaining, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's
You
not
were
so
like
bad."
those older women.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, that happened to me when we tried to go see Trolls,
Yeah.
and it was the open, you had to pick your seating ahead of
Yeah.
time, and there was like 4 scattered seats all around. We
Yeah.
were like, well, that's not going to work.
yeah.
So
Nick was going to see Trolls
I
with his
wasn't
son,
happy that
though.
day.
His
Yeah.
his young son,
my
not
young
just
self.
Nick by himself.
No, not just
or Nick and me. We weren't going to Trolls.
Do you want to go see Trolls?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, you do.
Under the Midnight Sun by Keigo Higashino.
Huh.
It is a story. It takes place in Osaka in 1973. The body of a murdered man is found in an abandoned building. It's a murder mystery set in Japan.
Okay.
In the 60s. But it also spans time over the next 20 years through the lens of a succession of characters. Higashino tells the story of two teens, Ryo and Yukihiro, whose lives are most affected by the crime, and the obsessed detective Sasagaki, who continues to investigate the murder looking for elusive truth. Man, you think I'd be able to pronunciate. Did I say pronunciate?
I would think you'd be able to pronunciate.
Okay. Well, maybe you wouldn't be an intellectual if you're listening to this podcast.
True.
Certainly not if you're recording this podcast.
You're listening to this to feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Even I know it's not pronunciate. Those idiots. Who knew Jeff Foxworthy listened to our podcast? So that's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Peeing on electric fences for fireworks.
Right.
That's one. You might be a redneck.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Thanks for bringing it back.
Sure. Night School. A Jack Reacher novel by Lee Child.
What? Really?
What? Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
What?
I mean, one just came out.
I don't know what to tell you.
No, you know what? We were talking about it as an advance notice. Okay, so Night School is actually out now.
Yeah. This is about Jack Reacher working
should be the
on his
tagline.
night school.
Night School is out.
Yeah, there we go.
Jack Reacher's got his
degree.
BA.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Finally, he can start that air conditioning repair business he's always wanted to start.
Yeah, sure. Law enforcement's greatest bachelor now has his greatest bachelor in communications. All right.
That redeems you for that
Thanks,
misfire
man.
with the old lady tickets.
Sure it does.
We don't even remember that old lady tickets joke.
Oh, man. Christine Feehan has a new book.
Hey.
This is a leopard novel.
So excited. I have a Christine Feehan on my list, too.
All right, so this is a leopard novel.
Okay.
It's called Leopard's Fury. The cover has a woman with maybe some leopard spots on her forehead.
Okay.
But she's sharing the cover with
Is it Jadzia
a leopard.
Dax? Oh, she's sharing it with a leopard. Okay.
All right. With her own bakery in San Antonio, Evangeline Tregra made a new life far from the brutal lair of shifters she was born into. Though she was all too aware of her leopard shifter blood, she never felt the sensation of a wild animal stirring inside her. Not until Alonzo Massey walked into her bakery. The powerful shifter...
bakery?
Bakery.
Okay.
The powerful shifter is as irresistible as he is terrifying.
Ooh.
But his icy demeanor tells her to keep her distance. Alonzo knows better than to let himself get involved with someone like Evangeline. She doesn't deserve the type of danger that follows him or the threat of his amour leopard.
Wow.
But even with his lean muscle and iron will, Alonzo isn't strong enough to stay away from the one woman who can make him feel at peace. And when their secret lives draw a mortal threat, Alonzo unleashes the feral passion he keeps pent up inside himself. Wow. This week, Leopard's Fury.
It seems really unsanitary to have a leopard crawling around your bakery. You're just asking for trouble.
Oh, boy. I think, let's see if this is part of a series. Hold on.
It probably is.
Book 9 in the
9.
Leopard series.
The Leopard series,
Yes,
okay.
This is mass market, I should say.
I know I put this on hold for you, so you should have
Thanks.
that.
Yeah, I got to get my leopard fiction.
Yep.
I guess.
It's a new term.
We shouldn't make fun of people who read.
No, we shouldn't.
No.
I'm not making fun of
Yeah.
people.
I learned not to make fun of fandom
Yeah,
this
that's true.
week at a convention.
I've got no right to judge anybody's fandom.
That's
I
true.
can't tell you how many Star Trek or Murder, She Wrote books I've
Yeah,
read.
that's true.
The number is infinite.
All right.
So
Jeffrey Archer. This Was a Man. The final volume of the
no.
Clifton Chronicles.
though he was a man.
Yeah, though he was a man.
Like-
he cried like a boy.
Yeah.
Though he was a man.
Oh,
This is
boy.
book 7, so I guess the Clifton Chronicles is 7 books.
I think that's the end too.
Well, the final volume.
The final volume.
Yeah, that would okay.
That makes sense. Yep.
At the Sign of Triumph. It's a Safehold novel by David Weber.
is this Honor Harrington?
No, we just talked about Honor Harrington last week.
Okay.
Remember?
Sorry.
You said you read those books?
Yeah, I know. I do remember.
No, this is Safehold. I told you that.
I didn't realize. Well, no, I know, but he writes a lot of stuff in the honor verse. Like she might not be
Yeah.
the main character, but it's still set in that world.
Yeah. Well, on my honor, that's not taking
No,
place.
it's
in
not
the
what's
Honorverse.
happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry.
here we go. We got a weird one. Stephanie Meyer.
He Was a Man, by the way, was episode 3. It was
Yeah.
a lonely book.
Sure was.
That was a good time. Go back and visit episode 3.
Yeah. Stephanie Meyer, author of the Twilight series and The Host, has a new book coming
Yes,
out.
she does.
An adult book. The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer.
We've got ours on order.
Yeah. I was confused. I was wondering if I was going to have to get this for the young adults, but
No, I think it's adult.
an adult book, man.
I think technically a lot of people put The Host as an adult book too.
I see that in the adult sci-fi, yeah. But yeah, I don't see this one being suggested to
No,
YA.
I don't think so.
I guess you'll have to read it and tell us what you think.
Yes.
It's funny because the cover says The Chemist, Stephanie Meyer, author of the New York Times bestsellers The Host. So I think they're trying to get her away from Twilight.
Well, maybe they're just trying to mention her only other.
Yeah, why don't they say author of
Life and Death?
Life and Death,
Gender
the Twilight
Twilight
reimagined.
Twilight fan fiction.
Where's that? Hey, we got our copy.
Yeah, we did.
Finally.
Yeah.
Green apple and everything.
People have asked for it.
Yeah,
That's the
they
thing.
have.
It's not
Yeah.
like
People want to know, like, hold on. Does Bo...
Manbella.
Bo,
Manbella.
yeah, Manbella still
Manbella.
have the same
Yeah.
father.
Right. Right.
Is Manbella
Who's gonna
living
play?
with
Who's gonna
her
play
mom?
Manbella in the movie?
I don't know.
Can I suggest Nicholas Hoult from the X-Men movies?
No, because he was already in Warm Bodies.
So
That was a young adult adaptation.
I see. He can only be in one.
And he was in About a Boy.
Okay. All right.
All right, Dead Girl Society by Michelle Krys. It's Krys.
Okay. Michelle
It was
Gray.
whatever. That was a young adult novel. Also, new young adult novel, Marissa Mayer, author of The Lunar Chronicles, which is Cinder. I should say. I should always say that. I should just say the Cinder series, but I don't want people being like, oh, actually, it's called The Lunar Chronicles.
Yeah.
Check your series.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that...
So is that part of the Lunar Chronicles, or is this
no,
just
this
a
is a new one. This is
standalone?
called Heartless.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fairy tale adaptation?
Guess what? Long
Tin
before
Man?
she was the terror of Wonderland, the Wonderland, the
Uh-oh.
infamous Queen of Hearts. She was just a girl who wanted to fall in love.
Just the Princess of Hearts.
Here's what's weird though.
Yeah.
We just got a book called Queen of Hearts,
Yeah.
which is about
Huh.
the Queen of, which is
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah,
Like all those Penguin movies all at once. You
all
know?
those Penguin movies.
Penguin movies. It was the year
Oh,
of the Penguin
Surf's
movies.
Up, March of the Penguins, Happy Feet,
Yeah, Happy Feet.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yeah. A lot of penguins.
Sure. Well, they call this as a prequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Oh.
This is the first standalone teen novel by her. So I guess maybe there won't be more set in this. We'll
Well,
see.
yeah, if it's standalone.
Yeah, that's what it would mean, Nick. All right,
oh,
tell us
okay.
what's coming out in the far future. In the future, we might not live to see,
Hey, come on now.
depending on how this election goes.
Hey now. Hey.
Hey now. Hey now.
Let me tell you what we got coming up.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, large print fans. You always have to wait, but not today.
There always are
Coming out
fans.
in large print. So we are going to have these in our collection. I would love to tell you when. So let me turn to that page. In January of 2017. It's almost that time. There's already Christmas decorations out. This is madness.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it is.
A Voice in the Night.
Somebody on my Spotify, because you can follow your friends on
Yeah.
Spotify and see what they listen to.
Yeah.
Some of them are already listening to Christmas music.
That's insane.
They're not my friends
That's
anymore.
absurd. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Voice in the Night, Inspector Montalbano, book number 20 by Andrea Camilleri. Two deaths lead Inspector Montalbano into investigations
You ever try to mount
Corruption.
Bono on your wall? It's impossible.
and power in the 20th installment of the New York Times bestselling series. So fans
Like
of,
a deer, like how you mount a deer
this,
on
no,
your
this
wall.
is not about Ricardo Montalban.
Oh yeah, sure.
He's
Yeah.
not in this at all. He's he's played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'm going
in
to
this.
keep on hurting you.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. What else do we have? Deep Shadows by Vanetta Chapman. This is book 1 in the new The Remnant series. All it takes in one night to plunge the world into darkness. Life in Abbey,
good.
Texas is predictable and safe until the night a massive solar flare wipes out all modern technology.
It does that.
Do you remember that show, Revolution?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't really watch
It looked
it
really
either,
bad.
but- Yeah, I think we watched like the pilot or something, and it just never really grabbed us. I think it was only 2 seasons, and as I recall, it ended on like a massive cliffhanger. So, if you are a fan of that show, sorry, man.
You know what show I tried to get into as well?
What?
Jericho.
Oh, I love Jericho.
I couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was into Jericho. I was so excited when they renewed it, but then they did that second season of like 7 episodes, and it still ended on a cliffhanger. So then they put out a graphic novel called Jericho Season 3, and it ended on a cliffhanger. It's like they just don't learn. Jericho's worth watching, even with the unfinished, I believe.
Okay.
Let's talk about standard print. Eric, I believe you two dated in high school, if I'm remembering this right.
Keira Knightley?
No.
No.
From acclaimed thriller suspense novelist Heather Graham. You dated Heather
Yeah,
Graham.
I dated Heather Graham in high school.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
She like your chemistry teacher or something? She's probably pretty old.
I shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, okay. Heather Graham, not the
forbidden
actress.
love.
Not the actress.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actress. You're
No.
talking about the author?
The author Heather Graham.
No, I dated Heather Graham, the author, in college.
Okay. Oh, okay. But
So.
you dated Heather Graham in high school.
The actress.
Oh, well, actually, that works out really well for your tattoo.
That's true.
This is co-written by John Land. So Heather Graham and John Land teaming up finally.
Yeah.
Let's see. It comes a story
When
of
Heather met
action,
Land. Sorry.
action,
Ashton.
mystery, and the endurance of young love. 24 hours. That's all it takes for the lives of two young people to be changed.
Forever.
Okay.
Okay.
What else do we have here? Oh, Lisa Gardner. I don't think I've read any Lisa Gardner.
Yeah,
This is
you're
book 7.
You're poorly read.
That's rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're well read.
How many have you read of Lisa Gardner's books?
None.
Oh, okay. Quincy and Rainey, number 7.
Uh-huh.
Right Behind You is what it's called. Lisa Gardner's next thriller following her runaway New York Times bestseller, Find Her, takes her wildly popular brand of suspense to new heights.
Oh.
So if you want to go to new heights with Lisa Gardner, you have but to wait until January 31st.
Yeah.
And finally, from Christine Feehan, Power Game,
Wait, another
Ghost
man.
Walkers number 13, coming out January 24, 2017. A mysterious woman with her own agenda rescues a captured Ghost Walker soldier held by a secret enemy. Together they uncover a conspiracy that extends beyond the reaches of the U.S. government and proves a deadly threat to national security.
Yeah.
Ghost Walkers 13.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a supernatural series.
Okay.
I think
You
this
know,
is just a straightforward
If I
thriller
gave
series.
any of these Christine Feehan readers a book,
Yeah.
like a sci-fi or fantasy book that I like, they would just laugh me out of the room.
Why do you say that?
I just feel like it. Like, oh, you should check out this book. And they're like, oh, no, thank you. I only want to read about leopard romances. Like
That that is a really specific genre. That like
Leopard romance?
No, but like the sci-fi fantasy romance. I mean, it's like its own.
true. The supernatural
J.R.
romance,
Ward,
yeah.
J.R. Ward, Christine Feehan. Those are the two big names in that game. But
Yeah. I'm glad it's gone beyond vampires, at least. I think we
that's
can
true.
agree
Yeah,
upon that.
now we're into Ghost Walkers as
Yeah,
well.
Ghost Walkers.
So that's. I mean, I've got more. Obviously, there's 100 book
Ghost
shots.
Walker.
100 book shots coming out. I never even got to mention Taking the Titanic by James Patterson.
Sure.
That's already out.
Yeah.
I missed it entirely.
Sorry, man.
Sorry I let you guys down.
Yeah.
Well,
You can find more of James Patterson's book shots at any bookstore.
Yeah,
they'll
there are
have hundreds of them.
600 or 700 back issues at
Yeah.
your local Kmart.
Yeah.
Tell us what's on the New York Times bestseller list.
All right,
I
I'll
don't
tell
know
you
how
what's
things are
not.
going.
Woman in the Cabin 10.
Oh.
Out of the top 10. She's down at 11.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You saying the woman in cabin 10 fell out?
Wait. No, that was just a splash.
No, I think the woman in Cabin 10
Nick, that was just the sound of
I
water
think the
hitting
book
the New
fell
York Times
out of the
bestseller.
list.
No.
No. Hey,
All right.
I'm a librarian. I know the sound of a book
Okay.
falling out of the
What-
bestseller
What
list.
does the sound of a
I'm
book
not
selling
crazy.
out like?
I'm not crazy.
Okay. All right. Well, it was on the list for 15 weeks anyway, so mercy killing.
Yep.
Unless they turn it into a movie. Yeah. Then
And we're doing it for the book club next year. So,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. The
Books on
fun's
follow,
never
yeah.
going to stop.
Number 10.
Drum roll? Should I drum roll?
Sure. Oh, yeah, Commonwealth by Ann Patchett.
Oh, okay. Well, we've heard that before.
Yeah, we have. Number 9, The Obsidian Chamber by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. Okay. Number 8, new, The Blood Mirror by Brent Weeks.
Oh, yeah. We talked about old Brent.
Why?
I can't remember. I think we just talked about that book coming out.
Okay. Number 7, Sex, Lies, and Serious Money by Stuart Woods. Number 6, new this week, A Baxter Family Christmas by Karen Kingsbury. Oh, right. This is the one where we found out that's sad because, like, their family
right.
that's recovering from that car accident that killed some family members.
Yes. Yuck.
Rough.
Yeah.
Number 5, 3 weeks on this list. 3 times on this list. Vince Flynn, Order to Kill by Kyle Mills. Number 4, Escape Clause by John Sanford.
Yeah. It's the best of the Santa Claus trilogy.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
Or is it the second one?
I don't know.
The third one is the one with Jack Frost.
Yeah.
This is the second
I think this is the third or fourth time we've
That's true.
tried to figure this out.
We can't remember. Yeah.
Shout out to Tim Allen.
Sure.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah, he is.
He loves Last Man Standing.
Yep.
So,
He's just cashing the home improvement checks and
yeah. every
going
day.
to work.
Yeah. Hallmark wants to syndicate.
Sell.
Number 3, Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. Speaking of Jodi Picoult, I saw the new Wonder Woman trailer.
Oh, really?
Looks pretty cool.
Does it?
Yeah, it's gonna have to I think it's going to be able to differentiate itself from Captain America because they're both set. Captain was World War II. Yeah. Wonder Woman's World War I.
There's our answer. I keep wondering why they set this not during World War II, but I bet that's at least part of the reason.
Yeah, but also, wasn't she originally set?
No. World War II.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's definitely, I think, part of it.
Yeah.
But I think her power level, her type of story and everything, I think it's going to be different enough.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Number 2. 2 by 2 by Nicholas Sparks. I paused so everyone could understand what to say 2 by 2.
Yeah.
And number 1.
Wait, hold on.
New this week. Nick's favorite book of the year, The Whistler by John Grisham.
Well, good for you, Grish.
Yeah. A whistleblower alerts a Florida investigator to judicial corruption involving the mob and Indian casinos.
It was just so uninteresting.
I just described it. It sounded great.
The facts are spelled out really early on. It's just not... It's kind of a paint by numbers thing.
Okay.
I'm really sad.
You ever try to paint by numbers? It's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world.
You're right.
All right.
I'm not saying I could write a better book than John Grisham because I certainly couldn't. But I just wanted to like it.
Do you think? I bet you could write a book as good.
Thank you, man.
Maybe not better.
Oh, okay. But you think I could tie with John Grisham?
You could tie with Christine Feehan.
America's favorite storyteller.
America's?
Yeah, America's favorite storyteller.
No. Who gave him that title? You?
Yeah, right now. I just did.
But you haven't enjoyed many of his...
I haven't enjoyed the last 2. Let's not over-exaggerate.
Right. Do we got any other segments when we're not talking about New York Times or what we've been reading or what we're going to read or what?
Is this your first day on the
podcast? It feels like it.
Welcome. Hey. Thanks. All right. No, that's it. Now we're on to our main segment.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want
Go ahead.
You want me to
introduce this is your segment, man.
Sure. It's mine.
You're steering this boat.
Thank you.
Do you steer a boat? I've already asked that before multiple times.
Steer a boat. Yeah.
But what do you call it?
What? Like the rudder?
No, but what do you call steering the boat? Like you fly a plane. You don't steer a plane.
I mean, you pilot a ship, I guess.
Do you pilot a ship? You pilot a plane.
I don't know. Whatever a skipper does, that's...
What was Sandra Bullock doing in Speed 2?
I don't know. Cashing checks. Probably buying a beach house somewhere. I'll do it, but I want to be paid up front.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know what? Here's a funny thing. I have seen Speed 2. I have not seen Speed 1.
Huh. You know, if it's because of Sandra Bullock, she's also in Speed 1.
No, I know. Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
Is it a disdain for Keanu Reeves?
No, it just things happen.
Because John Wick 2 is happening.
Is it?
John Wick 2, John Wick Harder.
Constantine 2?
No, not Constantine.
Oh, John Wicker?
Yeah.
John Wicca. John Wicca!
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I guess he's back again, because in the commercials for the first one, he was always like, I'm thinking I'm back. I'll have to say it again.
Yeah.
It'll be called John Wick 2. He's thinking he's back again.
Yeah. He's definitely back.
Yeah. He's now confirmed I saw the trailer, because I saw Doctor Strange, so I saw a bunch of trailers I haven't seen in a while. Or I haven't watched the newer stuff.
Yes, okay.
The Great Wall. Did you see a trailer for that?
No.
You didn't see any trailers when you saw Doctor Strange.
I told you, we ran right in.
Maniac.
Daytime.
The Matt Damon movie where he's got like a ponytail and he's in China and he decides to help fight along the Great Wall because they're keeping out dragons. One, I think in history, like we learned that like the Great Wall didn't really even keep out the Huns, so I don't know how it's keeping out all those dragons.
Yeah.
But 2, it looked a lot more fun than the first trailer I saw. Like I kind of.
It's like you're making this up.
I
would believe you were making.
Not
this
only
up.
that, William Dafoe is in it.
Willem.
He's all like, Willem Dafoe. He's like, they've been fighting this war for centuries.
Thank God for you, Peter. Thank God for you.
You said you saved me, and so you have.
Willem.
All those wonderful things keep happening.
Creepy man.
William Dafoe?
Yeah, he's a creepy guy.
No.
He is. Now we have to transition to just a serious topic for a minute here. So, November 11th.
You can see, but Nick and I composed ourselves.
Yeah.
We did hand motions like we were Doctor Strange ourselves.
No, I didn't. I just sat here very professionally. But Friday, November 11th is Veterans Day. So, first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Second of all, I was suggested, as I mentioned, that we talk about some of our favorite fiction, nonfiction movies that deal with wartime. So we have a few lists we're going to go through. We're going to talk about some of our favorites. Hit me with one of yours.
Are we talking about books right now?
Yeah, let's talk books.
All right. Well, after we got this topic, I realized I haven't read a lot. So I'll say Dispatches.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the nonfiction book. That's the one about the newspaper Dispatch.
Yeah.
The reporter who was on the ground during Vietnam and writing about it. Michael Herr is what I think it was.
Okay.
And we talked about this during the even more nonfiction, because of the who's doing that list? The Guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian's doing that top 100 nonfiction one, and they included that one. It's really good. And if you've seen Apocalypse Now, you've kind of seen like almost an adapted movie of it. So just talks about the weirdness and the insanity and all that of Vietnam.
I have a war movie. I haven't seen tons of war movies because I find them just so upsetting. You know, the ones that really like get in there and get detailed, because it's just, you know, it's the kind of thing that happens, that's happening all the time. So it's more upsetting than something just like make believe or made up, because like, you know,
right,
that it's horrible.
I've got
so you see those and it's just
I've got AMC's top 20 war movies.
Oh yeah,
you'll never forget.
That's a good list.
However, I'm looking at it. I've seen the top 7 except for one.
Okay.
So
one, if we're talking nonfiction for a minute.
They have a list for Home Alone movies.
No, I don't think that's relevant.
Okay.
Although the violence in those is also pretty hard to get
Sure.
through. My favorite nonfiction here would be Hiroshima by John Hersey. And have you ever read this book?
No.
It's just a small book, and it's told with like eyewitness accounts of the bombs. And the tone of it, the style of it is just really straightforward and really sparse, and it just makes it that much more powerful and upsetting. And it was one of those books that like I finished it and was just like, man, it's not something you could say like, oh, what a great book. That was so fun to read, because it's really, you know, it's upsetting and it's emotional. I'm glad that I read it, but it was hard. It was hard to read.
Right.
What was that one that you read about? It was Correspondence. Didn't you read a book about
War Letters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that.
Yeah.
We have that in our collection.
Yeah.
What about it?
Well, I don't know.
It's just a collection of. It's a collection of. I'm sorry. I just found out there was a Home Alone 4, and like my world is just like learn about this.
Sure.
But it was a collection of letters people wrote, soldiers wrote during like all different wars. I think it went. I'm not sure. Civil War, I think maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it goes further back than that.
Are they grouped into like?
They're grouped by wars.
They're grouped by wars.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like by.
It's what I remember.
Tone or subject or
it's been a while since I've looked through it.
You seem to really like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, just the way they talk about the war in the letters. You know, it's very matter of fact. They don't write about it like, "Can you believe there's a bomb going off right next to me?" They're like, "Yeah, we're just held up waiting for the bombs to stop 20 feet next to us, and then I guess we'll get up and make breakfast and keep charging through."
Yeah, there's something upsetting about how quickly that just becomes matter of fact, and you know, just accept it as like, oh yeah, here's what I did today.
Yeah.
Then it's horrific, you know, and to hear about it in those terms is tough. I've read a little bit more fiction, I think, than nonfiction. Some of the ones that stand out to me, Articles of War by Nick Arvin. That was one that it's a short book. It's about a very young guy who goes in and just doesn't know what to expect, and it just sort of goes through the motions, and you just you really like, you get invested in him, and you follow the story along, and again, like we're saying, so many of the little things that happen are just so like, yeah, that's a thing that happens, and you just move on. Like they just don't have time to like process that or grieve or be upset about it, because you just have to keep moving. So that one really drove that home. Of course, Ken Follett's Century Trilogy. That is probably the most detailed thing I've ever read. The first one's World War I, second World War II. And those are just, I mean, you see it from all sides. So he does a really good job of making it so, you know, you're never really wholly on anyone's side, you know, and characters, even on sides that, you know, we all can sort of agree were villainous. You know, there's characters who are thrust in there who are just sort of stuck, and you feel for them too. So he does a really good job of making it not feel like good guys versus bad guys, but just like people in terrible situations. So those are very powerful books. The flip of that is Tony Early's The Blue Star, which follows it's a teenager, and it's during World War II, and he's seen, you know, his uncles, his older friends, you know, 17, 18, going off to war, and he's sort of left behind, and that's more about, you know, the people who don't go and how things affect them. So you see it from the other side. Also a really powerful book. So those are probably my tops in there.
Okay.
I hate MASH. That's the one.
You hate the book MASH.
I hate the book MASH.
You love the show MASH.
I haven't seen the show or the movie. I've only read the book.
I've seen the movie.
And I didn't like the book so much that I
movie was all right.
Like going in and reading the others. But anyway, was there fiction have you read much war fiction?
Oh, you know what? I read The Naked and the Dead.
Oh, Norman
by
Mailer, yeah.
Norman Mailer.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, well, that tends to be high on the list of,
Yeah.
you know,
I can't believe I forgot about
classic
that one.
military
I did
fiction.
read that one. It was good. It was depressing.
That's a long
Showed
haul,
how
too,
like
yeah.
pointless war can be. Because like some people just die for no reason in it. They just like climbing to climb something and they fall to their death, and it's just kind of like, it's rough. It's sad. I've read The Forever War by Joe Halden. Yeah,
Okay.
Joe Halden. Which is a sci-fi book, but he wrote it about his experiences in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like in that book, the soldier, the main the character, they experience a lot of time dilation.
Okay.
Which is when a character's out in space. Like if you've seen Interstellar, a character's out in space, in different gravity, they experience time differently than everybody else. So while they're out fighting this war, Earth is, going through time much faster. So they come back to an Earth that they don't even recognize anymore. Kind of how some soldiers have come back from war and they don't, time stood still for them in that war, but then they come back and everything seems so changed. Life has moved on.
Right.
People seem to have forgotten, especially, Vietnam soldiers when they came back weren't treated like the heroes of previous wars.
Right.
So there was a lot of that. A lot of the idea that because of how they're out there fighting on a different time thing, it's almost like people forget then why they're fighting these aliens, and it just seems like the war is just going on and on and on forever and ever. It's really good. It's definitely a pretty good anti-war book.
Okay.
It is sci-fi, but it's very good. And
Well, I think
he was drafted into Vietnam, and he wrote it pretty quickly after he returned.
There are other examples of that. I mean, using the veil of sci-fi to explore some of those darker ideas. So that's certainly not unique in that, but it sounds like they did it well.
Yeah. We have some stuff in the kids, our young adult section I want to read. One of them's called Vietnam, and one's called World War II. They're written by the author Chris Lynch. They're just about like younger, like 16, 17-year-olds who are off in those wars and their experience. They're a pretty popular book series.
Okay.
If you have a kid who's interested in, who likes reading the I Survived series, that's a good jump for them.
We also have I don't know if you've read this one, but we have in our YA graphics section one called Dogs of War by Sheila Keenan.
I haven't read that one yet, though.
That's, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like dogs, that are assigned to soldiers and go out. So it makes it that much more upsetting. Anytime dogs get hurt, it's just,
Why don't you watch Max?
No, I'm never going to watch that. Well, let's talk movies for a minute.
Okay.
I know AMC's list I thought was pretty good.
We do got AMC's list. They don't count two things that I would definitely say because they're shows. Both HBO. Band of Brothers and The Pacific.
Okay.
So Band of Brothers is amazing. It's great. It's like one of the best World War II stories I've ever seen. The Pacific is so depressing. It's just because it's World War II, but it's all about the Pacific theater, which feels less direct. I mean, what everybody's fighting for on the German front, and for the most part, what everybody's fighting on the Pacific front. It's just, the reason we were in that war it just didn't need to happen. If imperialistic Japan had made their decision, and just war so brutal. You watch it and you think about how small some of that land is they were fighting over in the Pacific. It's really depressing how many people died and how many gruesome ways they died.
HBO? That's what this was.
So, I can't remember his name. Joe Mazzarella? He played Timmy. He played Tim in Jurassic Park.
Oh.
He's in it, all grown up. But it's still really good. But Band of Brothers is great. I could watch Band of Brothers again.
Okay.
So, both are, depressing, but really good. So, there we go.
All right.
About that.
So, the AMC list.
Yeah. You want to go through it?
Sure, yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of these films. We'll start at the bottom, yeah. Number 20, Good Morning Vietnam. Have you seen it?
Oh, Robin Williams? No, I haven't.
Oh, boy. All right. Number 19, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo.
Oh, that's older. That's Spencer Tracy.
Yeah. The Green Berets.
Berets.
Beret. Yeah, berets. That'd be something else. Have you seen my green berets? Now did you check the kit?
Oh, that was... I didn't realize John Wayne directed that. I didn't know that he was a director. Directed and started. Wow.
17, All Quiet on the Western Front.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, this is AMC. I don't know who AMC thinks they are, giving out lists like this, like they're some kind of
It's a holdover for when they actually were America's movie channel.
Yeah, what was the what's the people that make the list?
I don't know.
IFC? The institution, the ones who made like the 100 best list of all time.
Oh, I don't.
I can't remember now.
There. Yeah.
Oh well. The American Film AFI.
Oh, there you go.
AMC, you're not AFI.
Yeah.
Boy. Okay, let's get to number 16, the big red one. A veteran soldier leads his beleaguered squad through the battles of World War II. Also stars Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill and Lee Marvin. Wow.
All right, Kelly's Heroes. Number 14, Letters from Iwo Jima. I've been meaning to watch this one forever.
That's 2 Clint Eastwoods in a row.
It's Clint Eastwood. It's Ken Watanabe, but I have not watched it yet. Stalag 17 at number 13.
Okay.
Nothing. All right,
I
A
don't
Bridge
know it.
Too Far at number 12.
Anthony Hopkins, Gene Hackman, Sean Connery.
Number 11, Sergeant York. All right.
It's Gary Cooper. I haven't seen it, though.
Top 10.
Oh, I haven't seen The Dirty Dozen.
Well, spoiler.
Sorry.
Number 10 is Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
me
you
either.
seen it?
No.
Okay.
Everybody's always comparing something to The Dirty
Right.
Dozen. So, unfortunately for The Dirty Dozen, including Suicide Squad.
Right.
So
That's
they probably like,
unfortunate
no,
for them.
no,
Yeah.
we
We don't want
didn't
that.
really inspire that.
We don't want it.
Number 9, Tora. Was also partially directed by Akira Kurosawa,
Oh, okay.
famed Japanese filmmaker of Seven Samurai and Yojimbo. Anyway,
All right.
number 8, Midway.
I've never heard of that.
All right, here we are for movies I've seen.
Charlton
Number
Heston.
7, Apocalypse Now.
I haven't seen it.
I love it. It's
Really?
so good. It's so great. It's so crazy.
I like Brando.
It's he's only in it for like the last bit.
No. Well, I still like him.
It's really Martin Sheen's
Oh, I love
movie.
Marty Sheen.
He's crazy in it, man. He broke a mirror in like a scene where in the beginning where he's just kind of like bored and everything, and he like punches a mirror, and he did that in real life and it was just bleeding. He
wow.
stopped them from sending in the meds team because he was just like, he's like, I'm gonna use this. He's like, I don't know who I am anymore. Just like
Crazy.
look at it's, yeah. A young Lawrence Fishburne is in that. Mm-hmm. Like when I say young, I mean like 17-year-old Lawrence Fishburne is in that. It really is a great movie. Harrison Ford's in it for like 2 seconds.
Oh,
So
good guess.
yeah. All right, number 6, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, I do love that movie.
All right, you've seen that movie.
Yeah, that's good
with,
stuff.
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness,
Going
yeah.
a little crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just watched that recently because it's part of the AFI list of top 100
okay.
movies. I think it's in the top 10. So, it's pretty good. Nothing? All right. Okay.
No, I agree.
Going
I
around.
really
All right.
like
Number
it.
5, Patton. With
I
George C.
haven't seen
Scott.
it. No,
Really?
haven't
I
seen
have
it.
seen this. It's very good.
Okay.
It's weird because it's a movie that is filmed in the late I can't remember if it was the 70s or 60s, but it has like a 70s sense of storytelling, but like a 60s sense of cinematography. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you kind of get these like two distinct eras of filmmaking. You get like the grand scope, widescreen scope of previous decades, but you can like the storytelling and the gore is a little bit higher. It's strange. It's a
Okay.
strange juxtaposition. All right.
I haven't seen it.
Oh boy.
Kubrick,
Yeah. What? Where? What are we talking about? Kubrick?
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that's number 4 though. Is Platoon.
Oh, sorry.
So I've never seen Platoon. That's the only of the top 7 I haven't
seen it either.
All right. I don't think you've seen any war films.
No, I haven't seen
So-
that. The only thing I've seen on this list is Bridge on the River Kwai.
No, that's not true. Because number 3, Full Metal Jacket.
I haven't seen it.
What are you talking about? You haven't seen Apocalypse Now.
Easy, Seinfeld. No, I haven't seen it.
What do you mean? I can't do it.
I know.
When I'm trying to do a Seinfeld, I can't.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket is crazy.
Okay.
I have friends who have watched it, and when it ends, when the second half of the movie starts and you actually go to Vietnam, they kind of turn it off because for them it's all about the training story about him training and just the craziness of that as well. Number 2, Black Hawk Down. You've never seen Black Hawk Down.
No.
Black Hawk Down is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's
watch
constantly in my top 5
I'm
list,
in.
depending on how I feel.
Let's do it.
It is depressing. It always makes me feel like I'm not doing anything with my life.
Well, no wonder you love it.
Because it's depressing?
Yeah.
No, it's uplifting. I mean,
okay.
Josh Hartnett, Ewan McGregor, Orlando Bloom for a few seconds, Tom Sizemore, Sam Shepard, the guy I like, Hulk, Eric Bana. Mm-hmm. Whew, almost forgot his name there.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. They still consider that mission a success, even though...
Don't tell me. I haven't seen it.
Well, because they were shot down, so it was like the mission of getting... Right. Anyway, they're sent on a rescue mission.
Okay.
It's rough. In Somalia. It's a great soundtrack. That's Ridley Scott. I don't know if you know who Ridley Scott is.
Yeah.
He directed Blade Runner.
Right.
Which is...
And The Martian.
Yeah, he did. All right, there you go. So somewhere in between there for you, I suppose.
Right, yep.
Number 1, Saving Private Ryan. You've seen Saving Private Ryan.
No.
Shut your mouth.
I can't handle the gore.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I wonder if our soldiers could have handled it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I started this and said that I had trouble with these kind of movies because it's just so real. You can't divorce yourself
Saving Private Ryan
from the fact
is
that this
so
is like
good.
real, and it sticks with me in a way that I don't like. I can't get it out of my head.
There's some stuff in the third act of Saving Private Ryan that will feel good.
I can't do it.
Tom Hanks is so good in it.
Yeah.
Everybody's good
I'm
in
sure.
it.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
You got a Vin Diesel before he was Vin Diesel in there.
I've always wanted to see it. I just
good for you.
haven't,
Well, do yourself a favor and watch the top 10.
All right.
Or at least the top 7 is the ones I've seen.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll both watch Platoon together.
Sure.
To have gone through there.
I'm in.
Listen, when you suggest us to do a topic and we don't know about it, sorry, listeners. Because this is what happens.
You keep saying that over and over again.
No,
making it seem like we.
I keep saying.
All right, but there's lots of books on. There's lots of lists online about the best war novels ever. Yeah. There's all sorts. There's classics like we've covered some of the classics here.
It's Spielberg.
A list that
is the thing.
Yes, I know.
So like, if you were watching through Spielberg movies, you would have had to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't explain anymore why I haven't seen it. I can't cover it more deeply.
The opening. I mean, everybody talks about the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan. The storming of Normandy, right? That's the beach.
I believe that it's a great movie.
Okay.
It seems like a great movie.
All right. Do you want to watch it?
The list.
When's your birthday?
I'm never going to watch it. The list that I settled on to share today is one that's. It's Publishers Weekly did a thing where veteran Adrian Bonenberger had a memoir that came out that had a lot of fanfare called Afghan Post. And he did a thing for Publishers Weekly where he went and listed what he thought were the top 10 contemporary war books that like capture the feel.
Yeah, all these movies are, I mean, I think Black Hawk Down came out in 2000, I'm going to say like 2002, 2003. And that's the newest one on here. So this isn't stuff that, it doesn't look like they've included stuff like Lone Survivor or American Sniper. Not a lot of stuff about the Middle East here. So go on.
Oh no! So this is a list put together by Adrian Bonenberger, a veteran and author of the memoir Afghan Post. The 10 contemporary books that he thought captured it, and there's some atypical choices on here. So I thought this might be more interesting than looking at a list of just the classics. So number 1, The Brief and Frightening Reign of Phil by George Saunders.
Okay.
The Greatest Living Author's Variation. This is the author, Adrian Bonenberger's take here. The Greatest Living Author's Variation on the theme of Orwell's classic Animal Farm. Number 2, this one surprised me, but The Hunger Games. He says this should be considered because Collins claims to have received inspiration from the muse during a channel surfing session that went from a reality television competition to footage from the invasion of Iraq. He said, I read it in 3 hours in a single sitting. The idea of children being sent to compete for honor by a decaying society dependent on exploitation, entertainment, and technology-driven consumerism for relevance make The Hunger Games the quintessential science fiction book to describe the wars. Which I imagine you would disagree with, but our creator of this list here thinks otherwise. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Now I haven't read any of her things here.
No.
Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk by Ben Fountain. This is being made into a movie. This was a finalist for the National Book Award, being made into a movie, I believe, next year. Number 5, The Sand Queen by Helen Benedict. He says, the only compelling fictional account I've read of a woman in combat. Interesting.
Ooh, that's probably got him in trouble.
Yeah. Fobbit by David Abrams. I didn't... Fobbit. Fobbit.
No, it's Hobbit.
I didn't read this book until August of 2013 and immediately regretted that I hadn't written it myself. Although as a combat vet, I'm not sure I could have spoken with the same freedoms that Abrams did without it coming across as ungracious. Interesting. Number 7 on his list, Sparta by Roxana Robinson, a novel about the psychological toll of war and how that can unravel even the most outstanding idealistic soldier's life. Number 8, 101 Nights by Benjamin Buvoltz, one of the most emotionally challenging books written about the current wars. The Watch by Joydeep Roy Bhattacharya. The Watch begins when an Afghan woman approaches a small unit of Americans in Afghanistan in an effort to recover her brother's dead body. Interesting. And finally, number 10, also up for the National Book Award, The Yellow Birds by Kevin Powers. The Yellow Birds is a beautifully written story about an American soldiers in Iraq, a poetic and lyrical description of 2 enlisted men struggling to survive during the worst of the fighting. So that's, again, a list from Publishers Weekly. You can find that on Twitter, at Publishers Weekly. I like this list because it was personal. You know, it was about this man who detailed his experience in his memoir, and then these are ones that spoke to him. So I found this a little bit more like I'm more invested in this. Like I would like to read these books because of that personal experience that went into compiling it. So I enjoyed that, but I haven't read, aside from the Hunger Games, I haven't read any of those. Had you even heard of some of them? I know Yellow Birds has gotten a lot of attention, and Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, so I think that movie is coming out next year. But anyway, any other final thoughts?
No.
All right. So nice list of movies. I think we have most of those movies, and they're certainly in the STLS collection. So if you're interested in any of those movies or any of those books, we can get them for you.
Okay.
This is the place.
Yeah.
So Veterans Day, as we said, is November 11th, which is Friday, and we are open regular hours that day. So stop in, check out one of these books or movies that we've just talked about.
Okay.
What do you have coming up otherwise, Library?
No, man, I need to talk about this. This is something I need to...
Okay.
There's Home Alone 4, okay? Home Alone Taking Back the House.
Yeah.
Made for television, 2002. All right?
Yeah.
It stars Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
They've recast him.
Yeah.
He's slightly older. Only slightly older, even though the technology has improved.
Right.
We
have this at the Houghton College Library. So
Home Alone 4?
Yeah. I haven't seen it. But...
Okay. French Stewart is the one playing Marv now from the first movie.
Yep.
The film, it's set in Chicago, but they shot it in South Africa.
South Africa?
South Africa. Kevin's parents getting divorced, by the way. Wow. Kevin's dad now living with his super rich girlfriend, who is having a royal family come and visit. But he sees Marv outside trying to rob the house. Marv's wife is Missy Pyle. Missy Pyle played the girl alien in Galaxy Quest who falls in love with Tony Shalhoub.
I know who that is, yeah.
This is such a weird thing to exist.
Is this going to be on your Christmas list now?
I don't know. It's the same characters, just all... Yeah. Why?
It's funny how Home Alone, like, as a child, those movies I thought were just hilarious.
Yeah.
And you try to watch them as an adult, and
it's
you
brutal.
just can't.
Yeah.
It's just like... That paint can hits him in the face, and you're like, "Man, that would hurt."
Really,
so
it's the paint
bad.
can. I think about
like everything that happens in those
stepping on the
movies
broken
is so upsetting ornaments.
Stepping on the broken ornaments. Yeah.
Anyway, the nail gun. I mean, it's just a limitless amount of pain in those movies. Those guys would be dead 100 times over. Yeah. But they at least Marv survived until Home Alone 4.
Yeah. Who was the other one?
We don't know if we.
What was the other one name?
Harry.
Yeah, Harry died of severe brain trauma and other
one too many paint cans.
Yeah. So. Who knows how much tetanus he got from all those nails?
No, I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, I can tell you.
Go ahead.
I can tell you that our book clubs are currently reading In the Bleak Midwinter by Julia Spencer Fleming. Contemporary Classics is currently reading...
sung by the Pentatonics, I assume.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that whole series takes its cues from hymns, like the titles.
Yeah.
But Contemporary Classics is currently reading Patchwork Planet by Ann Tyler.
Yeah.
I've finished In the Bleak Midwinter, and it's very good. It's it's a tight mystery. Mm-hmm. It's vaguely Christmassy. It's got a winter setting.
Hey, how come when you were talking about what you were reading, you didn't mention you picked up a Warriors book?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
when we say Warriors, we're talking about the young adult cat series.
Books,
just cats.
I picked up a couple of things that were on the top of the Goodreads Choice Awards.
Okay.
I wanted to peruse.
Yeah, that's a New Dawn.
Later. Yeah.
So
I haven't read it.
That's the newest Warriors series. Yeah, maybe you should start with the first book.
Well, that one's on the list.
All right.
It's the start of a new series.
This is you reading the Andalite Chronicles before Animorphs 1 for me. I just want you to know.
All right.
Never forgive you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, has your niece read Animorphs yet?
No, I don't think she has.
The heck is happening?
I don't know. So I got her some graphic novels from our collection.
Yeah,
She's
great.
Eating those up.
Tell her to finish Animorphs 1.
I don't want to pressure her, but yes, I will. I'll let her
Okay.
know because I know you have a lot writing on it.
Yeah, I gotta know if the Animorphs still holds
it's
up
good.
to the contemporary youth.
Tuesday the 8th, we have a special talk from Vanya Rauher from Cornell talking about natural history collections and bird eggs. So that's Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the Movie
Vote
Club
and
room.
then
Yeah.
come learn about bird eggs.
Come see that thing. We've got some movies coming up. We're showing Happy Feet on the 14th at 3:30.
These happy feet
What do you
are
have coming
yours
up?
and mine.
You got your
Happy
anime
feet.
club.
It's Happy Days.
I know,
I changed it around. I got my anime club? You bet. It's it's a weird way to say that I have anime club. Anime club is every Wednesday at 5:30. This week we have a loot crate. The theme was delicacies, so it's food-based animes. We got a Food Wars apron. We got a Bleach bowl, I think it was.
Okay.
Look, I don't have to win you over. We're going to start watching Dragon Ball Super, which is the new series. It takes place right before Dragon Ball Z ends.
Okay.
So that's the big one, my friend.
That's
Also, we've been
exciting.
watching Puzzles and Dragons.
Okay.
And so it made me download the game on my phone.
Yeah.
Which is basically just Pokemon or Digimon meets Candy Crush.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in it.
Hilarity ensues.
No.
Oh, okay. That's
No, just frustration. Like,
Oh,
how come
okay.
all my plant monsters don't affect these water monsters as strong as their water monsters affecting my fire monsters? All that kind of stuff.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, in our after-school card game club.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, every Tuesdays. Man,
Yeah.
I'm just going to take
Exciting.
a break before we do episode 65.
Okay.
I'm going to think about my
Yeah,
life,
get
where
your
I've
head in
been
the
going
game.
with it,
Get your head in
and come
the
back
game.
stronger than before.
Yeah.
What's our topic next week?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I think
great.
it's time we do a Lonely Hearts book club. It's been a long time.
Lonely Hearts
So that's
Book Club.
unless inspiration
Lonely
strikes
Hearts
or
Book Club.
listeners send us something our way that we want to do.
Yeah,
so
stop sending us stuff that we don't.
you can tell us Twitter at All the Book Show, Facebook David A. Hale Public Library, email us at wellsville@cls.org.
If you want us to talk about the best
iTunes,
X-Men stories,
SoundCloud.
I'm there.
Rate us on iTunes. We need all that.
List off the top 20 Chili Pepper songs
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, we kind of did that already.
Yeah, when we talked about
albums,
albums and stuff, but
All right.
yeah, start asking questions that I've been like training for my whole life. Like,
Your own personal
Yeah.
literary marathons.
sure.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us this time. We'll see you next week.